Let's go over gold. Okay, let's go over gold. Let's go over the J signal concept. And I want to break this down for you. If you're new in the room, just scroll over to gold. And I want to show you how we trade this. All right, so this is exactly how I trade the Forex too. If you're a Forex trader, I trade several pairs. Next Wednesday, Gerald's going to send a notice out. I'm going to break down Forex, how you calculate margin requirements on it, you know, the standard lots, micro lots, mini lots, all that stuff. We're going to break it down for you next week on the Forex. Also, I'm going to break down the percentage accuracy on my 5 sim Renko. We designed on our own server, we designed our own bar type. Our own bar type was made called Sim Renko. It's, to me, it truly outperforms any minute chart, volume chart, any other Renko charts. I've seen every Renko bar known to man, and this really outperforms it because I included a couple characteristics in this bar type that a lot of bar types do not have, including doji and spinning tops or reversals. So it works really good with J-Signal, in other words. But what we do is my largest time frame is a 5 sim Renko, and I really love this time frame on all markets because that's how I trade the Forex. All the different cross pairs and the pairs that trade in Forex are all in the same time frame, 5 sim. But I'm educating traders to really look at the 5 sim, especially on gold if you're a gold trader, because it works really, really well catching these swings. How we do J-Signal, there's a couple things with J-Signal that we do. First of all, I got a built-in 5-minute trend filter built into J-Signal. You see a little magenta line here and a green line here, and that tells us that that the market is trending up or trending down. Green crosses through magenta, we're trending up. Green cross down through magenta, we're trending down. So that's just a trend filter to let you know what bias the market's in. But more importantly, we got this big blue triangle that pops up. The first thing I like to do to make it simple on the Forex or also in futures, I like to buy the first retracement bullseye long. What a bullseye is this yellow dot down here inside my fib dot. And what that does, it allows me to recognize I have divergence on my bottom oscillator. That tells me I'm diverging at a key inflection point. Because what we have is, now we have market profile for your own charts. Dynamic or developing profile that works on your own charts. And it is absolutely gorgeous on the 5 sim Renko. I love it. Because what happens is that we had a trend change here, a blue triangle. It told me to buy this level. So I knew at 6:45 this morning, at 6:45, especially at 7 o'clock this morning when my 5-minute trend changed up, that I'm looking for a retracement from 1304 all the way down to 1299. I'm looking for 1299 retest long. I knew this all the way for an hour heads up that I'm buying black because my 5-minute trend filter crossed up and also my blue triangle. So what happens is when you get down on the 5 sim, once I get that bullseye long, that lets me know that I can get in the market. And then I know my stop is going to be a trend change. If it closes below, I mean, if I get a red triangle that pops up, that means the trend is over. So I must bail on the trade. So I have limited risk on the trade. If not, I'm going to scale on these symmetry dots. The one thing that a lot of traders have across the world that they love, I get a lot of good testimonials. We have hundreds, if not thousands of testimonials on my symmetry dots. Everybody really loves them because what it does, it allows you to scale out of the position after you get long. You can bail 50% of your position here, and then the second set of symmetry, you can bail 75% of your position. So if you've done 4 contracts, you bail 2, you bail 3 total, and you let the 4 run until you get to your new market profile, price profile, what have you, that called the high, right? So the gorgeous thing about trading the 5 sim is a very simple concept. It's not hard to understand. If you're a Forex trader, I highly encourage you only trade the 5 sim Renko because you're not going to get a lot of setups, and the setups are really powerful when they come up. I'll go over that next Wednesday. Very, very powerful dynamic setup. But you just look for a trend change, and we have automated market profile for you in your own charts now. Here's the green LVA. Here's the HVA in red. We buy green if we're in an uptrend. We buy green if an uptrend. So that was the number 1 buy pullback. Now, like I said before, is we're kind of spoiled if you're a crude oil or gold trader because I have these black trade station charts. I only show 2 different markets. I show gold and I show crude. You probably ask yourself, why in the heck do you have that if you have the ninja charts on just J-Signal? You don't have to trade off these black charts at all if you don't want. You can just trade off the J signals and that's it to be consistent with the system with the market profile on your own charts. In other words, with the Russell 2000, I don't use the black charts. With the S&P 400, I don't use the black charts. S&P 500, don't use the black charts. Silver, don't use the black charts. You know, a lot of markets I don't use the black charts. I don't need them because I got profile already and I look for the first ABC long, ABC short. Forex, I don't even use market profile because you can't profile Forex. I just look for a trend change, first pullback to the black, look for the simple right here, yellow dot with the blue. Now what I'm trying to develop right now, and I'm still working on it, is I'm developing an arrow system where the arrow system is going to give you an arrow like this. It's going to give you an arrow right before she comes down and touches the black when a possible reversal is. Because what happens if you wait for the divergence dot, you're about a bar and a half later, right, of confirmation on the bullseye. You're going to see it pop up about a bar and a half later. Still a good trade, though, because your confirmation, traders are like, well, I like getting the exact low. Well, no, you don't, because you want this thing going in motion. It's actually good. It gets this thing going a little bit. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. Momentum's a great thing, especially from a reversal standpoint. But what's nice about it is the LVA is automatically posted in your charts. The HVA automatically posted in your charts. All you got to do is look for a trend change, look for the pullback. The best trades are with trend, no matter what. No matter what, the best trades are with trend, no matter if you're trading a 5 Simrenko or a 2. The 5 Simrenko, sometimes it doesn't matter as much if you qualify with market profile because it's such a long time frame. But if you're using a short time frames, you must have market profile and the 5-minute trend filter, one of them line up, or you can't trade the 2 Sim at all, the smallest time frame. You better be breaking out of market profile, retesting it on the black line right on it, or I won't even take the trade. Okay? So this is a setup, 5 Sim, one of my favorite time frames, works in all markets. Okay? Be able to get this a $700 move, guys. $700 trade. We had a big heads up. But let's look at the black charts why we're spoiled before I shut this off. We knew I have the bottom left charts, my volume profile. My middle charts, my price profile. Now my beautiful little indicator I use since 1996 is this green dash line and a red dash line. If I'm in an uptrend, I buy the first test of it. If I'm in a downtrend, I sell the first test of it. It's a great little indicator. In fact, I used to trade off of that by itself without market profile. So I love it by itself. So that's a first test buy. This is the first volume test buy. Volume profile, moving averages are up. So we had a lot of confluence here. We had the hedge fund confluence. We had a volume profile confluence. More importantly, we had J signal right at the black line showing us she's ready to go. And there it was on volume profile. All right? So make it simple. Market profile automatically goes over your charts. If you're new to trading, I don't care what market you trade, you have to go long time frame. I will show you next Wednesday on 23 out of 24 hours a day that this 5 Simrenko is traded on gold. It's 83%, just over 83% accuracy on the first retracement with the bullseye. That's unbelievable. Show me one product out there over the last 60 days around the clock is that accurate with the first 8-tick target. And the stop is the black line. That's how I got those stats. So in other words, the stats come out like this. If I see a trend change, first retracement long, retracement short, 8-tick first target, that counts as my percentage. If it doesn't make 8 ticks after getting in, and I'm doing it right after the bullseye comes up. I'm not getting right at the low. I'm waiting for the bullseye to come up. That's actually a bullseye on the 5 Sim. So you were getting a little bit of later fill than using the 2 Sim for entry. Right? I'm not trying to sugarcoat the thing. I'm trying to show you realistic entries on live fills. So that's how accurate that time frame is. All right? Obviously, future results past results don't predict future, but we're kicking butt with it, man. It's unbelievable. So if you're new to J signal, you got to concentrate on the long-term time frames. If not, go to the shorter. If we break below LV or HV on the black charts, then go right to your smaller one, look for an ABC long, ABC short. Okay?